The U.S. Army stands on the beachhead alone, defiant against an enemy from the past that will be coming through past portals in the water. 7 million SPQR Roman legionnaires are on their way to attack the modern U.S. Army. 5 million are Roman shield wall soldiers, while another 1 million are Roman generals and another million are Roman archers. Meanwhile, the United States is deploying their M1 Abrams, their modern U.S. Army soldiers, as well as missile systems in the back and 20 ICBM nuclear tactical missile systems as well. On top of that, they have FBI agents, SWAT team members, and ghillie suit snipers ready to defend the bunkers of the beachhead. This is going to be an extremely deadly battle. Millions will die. If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe with notifications turned on, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. Either way, let's get into it. Alrighty then, boys, it's time for our modern versus ancient Roman D-Day battle. So, the Roman soldiers are going to be coming in on these LCVP Higgins boats here and attacking. We did this with World War II soldiers not too long ago, and it seemed like people really enjoyed the video. So, we're going to try it again with the modern U.S. Army, and I think this time we're definitely going to be seeing a bit more competition, because the World War II soldiers really had a lot of trouble penetrating the Roman shields, because they do have a deflect ability that makes it very hard to kill them. But of course, the modern US soldiers have better fire rates, better bullets, and better actual tanks and static guns than, of course, the Germans, US Army, Russians, Japanese soldiers from World War II. So it's going to be the best military in the world currently versus the best military in the world way back in the day, way back in Roman times. And so we have a few M1 Abrams shots hitting sporadically here, not really totaling too many kills, about 1,200, drop in the bucket compared to the 7 million Roman soldiers coming forward. But over here, we do have, these are the sniper shots from the ghillie suit snipers over here, and you can see that despite the shots hitting the Romans, a lot of them are just sort of bouncing off harmlessly. A few Romans are dying to them, but for the most part, they're bouncing off harmlessly, and that's because, of course, the Romans have those shields that do a really nice job of actually protecting them against modern bullets. It can take quite a number of shots to actually hit the Roman soldiers themselves, which makes it all the more challenging. But, as the front line here of American soldiers ends up interacting with them, I think we will start seeing a lot more Roman soldiers dying to them. And then, of course, we are seeing just a little bit. Here's one. Sea Whiz Fire. That's at least how people told me to pronounce it, so I'm trusting you guys. But this is hitting hard against these Romans. Of course, they're very spaced out right now, but once the Romans start clustering more together, those Sea Whiz Fire will be so devastating. Those autocannons are absolutely lethal. So more and more Romans starting to go down as they go deeper and deeper into the modern U.S. Army lines over here. We're going to see a whole lot of death coming out of these fellas soon enough. The Abrams are at the front lines because they have 20,000 health and heavy armor, and so therefore, they're going to be a little bit more of a distractor against the Romans for a little bit here. We see some arrows bouncing pretty much harmlessly off of those M1 Abrams. So, yeah, the Roman archers are here. They're not able to really do much yet. They, of course, are 1 million strong. Here's actually a few of those Roman generals. They are a bit more strong than your standard Roman soldiers, who we should also be seeing on the battlefield here. So, yeah, some variety in the Roman units, which is nice here, but they're finally reaching the Abrams. Looks like a little bit of damage is getting done to the Abrams from arrow fire, but most of them are just sort of dinking off harmlessly, and most of the Roman soldiers are dying before they even reach the Abrams. A few of them are getting a few hits in on the Abrams, but not that much. Not really going to devastate the 50 M1 Abrams there. Not for a while, at the very least. It will take a little bit of doing. Right now, we do have 5 dead U.S. Army soldiers, so, a small amount. Oh, that might be a nuke. No, that was not a nuke. That was one of the missile system shots. Okay, the nukes are a lot bigger when they explode, obviously. Oh, wait, that might have been one? No, it was not. Okay, we'll know a nuke when we see them. That's for sure. But yeah, 51 dead modern U.S. Army soldiers. I don't know where they're dying, probably over here. And 167,000 dead Roman soldiers. Of course, there is death due to them unloading off of the boats. This map is a little bit glitchy, where when they unload, there is a chance they die. So there's a lot more dead Romans than the U.S. Army has actually killed thus far, but hopefully it won't result in too many Romans dying. Here's a bunch of arrows getting fired out over this way. Yeah, this is in fact where the U.S. Army is dying the most right now. 230 dead U.S. Army soldiers over this way, and most likely just from arrow fire over here, as of course the Roman soldiers have still yet to reach them. Of course, there's still a lot of Romans to go, so they will have more opportunities. But here are those ghillie suit snipers. A few of them are in the bunkers here, which is kind of fun to see. And they're still sniping out as well. Probably doing actually a pretty decent job of getting some kills. Sea-Wiz is also firing out. We've got the missile systems firing as well. We've got a well-oiled U.S. Army machine here going after these Roman soldiers. It will be a long battle, so why don't we go ahead and do a first time-lapse here, and we can time-lapse these Romans getting slaughtered by American soldiers over here, and some of these U.S. Army soldiers getting killed by arrows. Pay attention to the top right for the kills for both sides. That can be very interesting to see in time-lapse form, but it should be very, very cool. Either way, if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the outer ring, and comment down below. Now let's get into it. Alright, well, in fast motion there, we pretty much witnessed the U.S. Army soldiers on the outskirts here getting gunned down, well, arrowed down, bow and arrowed down by the Roman soldiers. And Romans are finally actually managing to reach the U.S. Army troopers over here. That's a first. They're finally getting some swings in, baby. Let's go. That's huge right there. So we have 1,500 dead American soldiers on the battlefield, 836,000 dead Roman soldiers. A very, very stark difference right there. But you can see the arrow fire is becoming more and more frequent up in the sky there, which is probably resulting in a lot more dead Americans getting hit right now. Brutal, brutal stuff. Let's see how the Abrams are doing. They are still standing here. It looks like they're pretty damaged. Okay, that one's not too bad. That one's not too bad. Yeah, none of these actually are too damaged as of yet. They seem to be hanging in there pretty easily. The Romans are going to want to get going on that, definitely, because those things are just a barricade in their way. That is the truth right there. I'm actually pretty happy to see the U.S. Army doing so well here, because when we did the World War II soldiers fighting against the Roman legions, they got wiped. They got completely destroyed by the Romans coming forward. So now the Romans are getting a little bit of a taste of their own medicine with the U.S. Army kind of decimating them here. U.S. Army just passes 1 million kills right there, but there's only 5 million Romans left alive. That means a lot more are dying, probably both to explosions, which don't always count as kills, and there's a lot of explosions on this battlefield, as well as probably a number of them dying from the crush of the waves as they unload, because that is, again, a glitch that results in many deaths on these battlefields. So right now, it seems like over here, these Abrams are getting hit pretty hard by Roman soldiers. And yeah, these ones do have less health than the ones further to the left. But simultaneously, all the way on the left over here, this corner of U.S. Army soldiers is dying out a lot more than other places. So interesting how different parts of the battlefield are working right now. It does seem like the U.S. is in this for the long haul, doing very, very well. They are starting to lose more soldiers faster at this point, but at the same time, they're still dominating and doing a way better job than the World War II units ever did. By the way, guys, I wanted to do a just quick shout out to my Daily Productions channel. It's a side channel where I pretty much just post random indie games that I really enjoy playing and stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't really fit the Daily Tactics channel, but I decided to try and do some better editing on that channel and see how that goes and see if I can handle that workload. So if you guys want to go check it out, the first video will be up already. It's on Toy Shire, the brand new Army Men tower defense game. and I tried out some, basic but still better editing than I was doing before. So let me know if you guys enjoy that and if you think that, that has better potential. But yeah, I felt like I wanted to try a little bit harder on that channel since it's been sort of just a spammy channel for me for a while now, I guess. All right, either way, U.S. Army doing pretty decently over here, holding off the Roman soldiers. Let's go ahead and time-lapse again of these Romans charging because this will be very entertaining to watch right here. I mean, maybe the U.S. Army here is a little too OP. I was honestly being very wary of the Roman soldiers during this thing because the World War II soldiers got curbed. Excuse me, hiccup. Oh my god, I always get the hiccups when I record. It's so, like I think talking too much brings up like an air bubble and I go kinda. I don't know, it's like a half a burp, half a hiccup. I don't know, I'm getting way too much into this. But either way, I was gonna say, the World War II units got curb stomped so hard by the Roman units, and so I sort of maybe overcompensated with the U.S. Army here and made them a little too OP, because right now, the Roman units don't even stand a chance, bro. The Abrams are all still alive and still firing into them. Right now, there's only 3.1 million Roman soldiers left alive. They're well over half of their forces being killed now. I mean, it seems like the U.S. Army is going to curb stomp them completely here. We'll let it run. That might be a nuke. That was not a nuke. What the heck, dude? They look like nukes. Probably the same animation. But yeah, at this point, it's going to be a curb stomping for sure. So we'll run it again with a weaker U.S. Army, I think. But let's go ahead and just time-lapse some overhead stuff because there's only 6,000 dead U.S. Army soldiers right now. And boys, we're at 250 remaining Roman legionnaires. Only 7,500 dead modern U.S. soldiers. The body piles are crazy across here. Oh man! All right, let's go ahead and lower the number of U.S. soldiers just for the sake of the Romans. We've cut U.S. forces in 1/10. There's 1/10 of them remaining on the battlefield compared to last time around. But even still, they've got 40,000 soldiers. Last time, the Romans only got 7,000 kills. Of course, now there's going to be far less guns firing at the Romans, but we'll see. We'll see if this still ends up being enough. By the way, I forgot to show this last time. We're using a new unit. It's the Compound Bow SWAT unit. I really want to see these guys in action. I completely forgot they were even on the battlefield because I was so focused on the Romans getting slaughtered. But yeah, they're over here. That's a fun little fact. And we're already having Romans killed. You can see a little bit of M1 Abrams fire going out towards Eskadoosh. And then also the ghillie suit snipers are over here firing again. But again, there's only 1/10 of them as compared to last time. So, I mean, we're already at nearly... and now crossing 1,000 dead Romans. That's a lot of dead Romans right there. But we'll just have to wait and see. There's no telling what's going to happen this time around. If the U.S. Army is going to be capable of stopping them yet again. Of course, the first battle still stands. The U.S. Army absolutely dominated. But I am curious to see if they can do it one more time, this time with literally 1/10 of their army as compared to last time. And more Abrams fire going out here. Lots of good strikes against the Roman soldiers coming forward. So they seem to be doing a very nice job of killing Romans at the moment. That's good for them. Good job, boys. Good job. You're doing great. You're doing swell. And here are the U.S. soldiers about to have Romans descend upon their Abrams ahead of them. Oh, Sea Whizzes start to fire as well, so that'll increase the kills for the U.S. Army yet again. And there we go. Now these guys are opening up with their M4A4 machine guns, and they should be able to get some kills. These must be Roman generals. They definitely are, because they are taking so many hits before dying. That's crazy right there. All right, and the real action begins. Let it begin, baby. Oh, so much gunning down of Roman soldiers. 40,000 of them dead on the battlefield already. 0 dead U.S. Army soldiers as of yet, but that's just because they had to run like literally half a mile. It's not even fair, bro. They had to run half a mile before they even got to the beach. That's not cool. Are the compound boys firing at all? No, not yet. They're still a little far away. And there's sea whizzes in front of them, and it seems like the Romans are more bent on attacking the Abrams over here than the guys back there. So that's totally fair. I don't think we'll see them getting into action until these guys end up going down here, these Abrams over here, who are getting attacked pretty decently now. And down mid here, these guys also getting attacked. Missile systems are now starting to fire as well. We have all the same weapons as last time, just less of them. So they're still going to do some serious damage to the enemy, hopefully, and we'll see if they manage to do enough. What's going on down this way, because this was obviously the weak point last time around. But no, it seems like the Romans seem really bent on going for the middle. There's a little strand of them going this way towards some sea whizzes, who probably will die. These things don't have the greatest health, but for now they're just zapping them, literally point blank range. Oh my gubernatorial, that is crazy. Oh, these poor Roman souls. Just getting zapped point blank range. One of them does go down right there. That's actually the first kill against the U.S. Army. More will die up here. We do have ghillie suit snipers up here. They seem to be firing farther out, though. I would be firing at the immediate threat. There's the second death for the U.S. Army right there. Hui-vey! Let's go see if the compound soldiers are finally getting attacked. I really hope they are, because I really want to see these guys in action. And no, they are not. Okay, the Romans really don't want to attack over there, do they? Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is. It's tough. I want to see that. Why don't we go ahead and do a little time lapse of the Abrams over here getting attacked? And then I think once these Abrams die, then we might be able to see the compound bows in action. Alright boys, so the Abrams are fully getting swamped now, and a number of them are dying, and we might have the compound bows. Yes, baby! Okay, they're going for the sea whizzes first, of course, but the compound bow soldiers will probably start firing, hopefully. I mean, yes, there we go! Okay, that looks sick, actually. I really like that. I really like that a lot. That's a cool unit. It's kind of weird that it's a SWAT team member who has them, but hey. Whatever. There's also the SWAT team freaking, oh, who are they? The SWAT team flamethrowers, which is another really bizarre unit to have a flamethrower. But the compound bows seem to be doing at least a little bit of work. Not a ton, though. Yeah, a lot of them just kind of bouncing off the Roman shields there, which is no bueno. The middle U.S. line still doing amazing. Yeah, 5.6 million Romans left alive. So, you know, U.S. soldiers are getting less kills as quickly this time around. We've also got the Romans. They're going to be coming for some of these ghillie suit snipers over here. It looks like a couple of them have been injured, but for the most part, they seem to still be standing over here for now. So right now, it seems to be working for the U.S. Army, though the very hardcore defensive positions are starting to fall, and some of the bigger guns are starting to go down as well, like the sea whizzes and stuff like that. So that's going to limit their killing potential going forward for sure. So that could be tough. I'd like to do a time lapse of the middle section here, because if this falls, we're in big doo-doo. Well, oh jeez. I was editing on the side tab and it started playing. Well, we've got the Roman soldiers coming through and cutting down these U.S. Army soldiers, and quite quickly, in fact. It took them a while to get to this point. There's only 3.2 million Roman soldiers remaining, so the U.S. has done a really, really good job. But once the Romans sort of hit this point and are now just gunning through a lot of these guys very, very quickly, it is looking very dangerous for the U.S. Army. They might not win this. How are the compound bowmen doing? I'm very curious if any are still alive, to be honest, and it's not looking good. Yeah, they're all dead. Rip potato chip to those boys. There's a bunch of dead Romans all the way up here, probably because of the missile systems and nukes and stuff like that, which are firing out still back here. Very nice. So hopefully they stay alive for a while. Down this way, we've got the FBI agents who are currently fighting for their lives against some Roman chargers right here. Just a few right now because most of the Romans are still focusing on these guys over here. And then let's go check on the ghillie suit snipers as well, just to see how they're doing at the moment. And it seems like they're actually doing quite well holding off these Romans over here. And again, not a huge Roman charge over here because it seems like the center is still the area where the Romans most want to get after it and really destroy the U.S. Army. Well, the Romans overtook the front here and are now moving towards the back, it looks like. We've got more modern soldiers over here. We've got more missile systems, of course. And then, where are the nukes? Where are the nukes? There they are. They're back this way. Oh, they're firing. Yep, there's a nuke. Very nice. And these missile systems are getting attacked a little bit. And that's because these Romans are just flooding in this way. Are these FBI? Yeah, FBI is still standing strong over this way, but getting eaten away at pretty decently now. It does seem like overall the U.S. Army is for sure going to lose this thing. It's just a matter of time because, you know, one area will fall and the rest end up falling and stuff like that. Though the ghillie snipers are quite good over here. They're still doing okay. They're still not really facing like the brunt of the Romans, but they're doing quite well. So yeah, we'll let this run and sort of see what happens. Why don't we time-lapse the FBI, because I think that'll be pretty fun. Oh, you know what? The Romans might lose. They only have 400,000 soldiers left. I didn't even realize there were so few Romans left. Oh my god, the US is gonna win this. Okay, I did not realize that at all. People were probably like, dude, look at the freaking numbers. But no, I didn't look at the numbers because I'm dumb. But look at this. That's crazy. Oh my god. And there we have it, boys. Another W for the U.S. Army. A swift one this time. Well, not as much. It took a while, but still the W was there. With more losses, though. 22,000 losses. Either way, obviously, modern greater than World War II when it comes to killing Roman soldiers. This was a beefy boy. Either way, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.